So did he come to you and say what he wanted to do?
He did. So Sally had known him for years, and we would always try and get him to buy moss. And then he finally took the plunge and put some moss pieces in home, his customers' homes, not his store. Mm-hmm. And he loves design and loves, I think he's got like a mid-century vibe, but color. And,
a little bit, yeah.
Came to us with all of his drawings that he has. Andrew, is he an architect by trade? And he does all of his drawings for him, brings them to life, and then we all just
Loved it.
kind of connected with him. And so then he flew to LA with me. I flew out to LA with him and showed all the drawings to John and Naz, and they loved them and like got really excited for the first time in a long time to make originals for someone. And so it was really cool. And we did a soft launch last market, and it had really good, it was received very well.
Where was it? I was here last market.
We did Vegas.
Wasn't I? Oh, Vegas.
And here, just
I
a
was at
little,
Vegas.
just a little vignette right here. And Vegas was that little vignette there.
Right. Okay.
And just kind of, he has so many more, like so many drawings of things.
That's
so,
pretty nice.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's interesting. It's not, it doesn't look like he's really needed his name everywhere.
He doesn't.
Right? He's just like really loves design and
yeah.
just wanted to scratch that itch and get some things made.
I don't think he cares if his name's on anything. He just loves design and making beautiful things and making beautiful spaces.
Well, it's a nice balance to moss.
Yeah, it is. We don't have color like this,
Right.
so it's been really cool.
And some
to
of the
bring
shapes,
in. Every person that gets off the elevator has commented on how much they love this space and the color. Like, love it. So.
Well, you have color in your fabrics, though.
We have a lot of color in our fabrics.
So it's available.
Yeah, but not like these bold colors where they're just like.
Oh yeah, these jump right out at you.
Yeah. These. He did a lot of COM because we don't have the colors, but like the mohairs and the velvets in the colors brought out in his designs. It's really cool. The olive chairs are our Banks line.
Oh, I love
The
Banks.
performance
Yeah, they're
velvets.
It's beautiful.
These are a mohair of ours, so
always so
love
nice to
mohair.
touch. I know I
So
like that
durable.
ottoman over there with the mohair.
I love the ottoman.
It's perfect.
I know. Mohair is so. Everyone thinks it's not like it. It's really indestructible. It's like a performance.
The only thing you really have to worry about with mohair sometimes is the seam.
The seams.
Yeah, right? A little bit. No?
I mean, I've never.
You don't think so?
No, I've never had any.
Maybe
any
is it
feedback
velvets
about
that
it.
sometimes pull? They kind of like, maybe not with you
The
guys.
looser waves.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had it with Banks, and I've never had anyone say
No, not
it
with Banks. It's beautiful.
on mohair.
No.
Yeah, Banks is like. Do you sell a lot of it? Do you have
Well, it's in different
lines?
different
with it?
lines that have it. Like, so it's not always the same name.
Oh, okay.
Right, and then we also have Novus, which is part of DeLeo.
Okay.
So a lot of companies buy from DeLeo, and DeLeo then created cuts for designers. Not of all the fabrics, but of some, to do COM. So that's an element.
What's your biggest custom upholstery?
Custom? Well, kind of
Did you-
everything is custom, but I think we probably sell mostly Renee Cazares.
Okay.
Mostly RC.
Yeah, she's good.
But I think what they have are certain lines and looks that like are fit in the Scottsdale mode, right? Mm-hmm. They show easily and people know it, and so people kind of gravitate to repetition.
Is she
Yeah.
fully Benchmade like we are?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're out of LA,
Okay.
and
I thought they were.
yeah, but I think Moss has a very different look, right? It's like it's a softer, it's a more familial kind of like a. It's less formal.
Yeah,
it's
very
not that it
neutral,
can't
very
look formal,
relaxed.
very relaxed, very neutral.
Yes.
And I think that's nice for people who live, like really
Yeah.
live.
Yeah, that's a good way to put
right?
it.
Like I was just saying to Sally that I need to get that. I was saying to you also, like the bumper and the corner chaise for an area that's in a living room where there's always a bunch of people watching TV with, little kids and grandparents and
Yeah.
kind of like a mosh pit. So that needs something like really durable,
Right.
great fabrics, and super comfortable. So I think that line is maybe more moss, right?
Yeah.
I think.
For sure.
Yeah. But then you have the beautiful, elegant coffee table, and
I mean, we can do anything,
it's beautiful.
but I would say our forte is Benchmade. Yeah, I mean, we can make anything. I do think a lot of people think that we have that neutral California coastal look to us, but I mean,
well, this kind of proves
this,
like wrong. Like so, your scope is incredible. Like
Yeah.
seeing this,
they can do anything.
it's like you can do anything.
Yeah. Did you see the tufting
love
on
it.
here mimics
I love it.
crocodile?
Yeah, I love how it's not all
I know,
uniform.
it's so cool.
It really makes the chair stand out.
Yep.
I love it.
After Vanessa Williams.
Not implying that she's a crocodile or anything.
This is his wallpaper too, with wall pops.
I don't know wall pops.
It's Wall Snobs. Oh my gosh, Wall Snobs.
I don't know them either.
They do traditional wallpaper and the peel and
stick
wallpaper.
Take any like that wall, you can use any color way you want.
Yeah, and so they'll custom.
Kind of nice.
They'll custom print it. So
I
that's.
see. I think snakes are making a comeback.
They are making a comeback.
So what is the reason for snakes in design? Do you know? I don't know either. Someone asked me. I was like, I don't know at all.
I just know Taylor Swift had that one whole tour that was like the serpent.
That's
snake
interesting.
thing. Yeah. And then
didn't
this
know
is
that.
martini glasses, where the olives are.
I love that.
And that's his as well. And then he had that mural made for Vanessa.
She's a pretty girl.
She's pretty. And I
pretty
got to
girl.
meet her. She's super nice. Very, very sweet and gracious and tiny. She's this big. You could put her in a thimble.
Oh, I don't know if I could be friends with her then.
She's so little.
So
I had no idea how tiny she was until I met her. She has this big Great Dane, and she could put a saddle on him and ride him. Like, she's that small.
Was she in LA?
No, in London.
In London.
She does Devil Wears Prada on stage
Oh,
there. And so
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's so good. And then Christopher arranged for us to meet her after.
And how do they meet?
I don't know. Do you know how
you
he
know?
knows Vanessa?
I think they were on a panel together at Vegas Market.
Oh.
No way.
I think so.
For her candles?
And how do you know him?
He is my client.
Oh,
Vegas.
Because she has
Ah.
Nevada.
I see. But he has a store in Nashville.
Yep.
Okay.
Design center in Vegas still, and then no more store, right?
No more store in Vegas.
And
store in
then
Nashville.
big store in Nashville and design center there as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I think he's everywhere though. Like, does a lot of work. Has a big client in Kentucky, and he's been in design forever. He started in florals.
How did you start?
In this? Ah, gosh. So, Barbara Cosgrove Lighting, do you remember?
Sure.
Okay. So her husband and my husband worked together for years. They're pilots, and Hal was chief pilot. And I was on a trip with Barb one day going to Florida, and she looked at me and she said, "Would you ever want to get out of the house?" Because I stayed home with my girls and
Your beautiful girls.
do some work for me. And I was like, "I would love that." And she's like, "Would you like to come to market and do markets?" And I thought it was glamorous and cool, and it wasn't. When you got there, it was
right?
like, "Here, dust that light and put these things together." And but it was so much fun. And so then I did that for her for a couple years and worked a lot of her warehouse sales in Kansas City, because
fun.
that's where she's at, where I live.
Right.
And they make everything there. Like, it was so cool. And so when she retired and shut down Barbara, AJ, her daughter-in-law, who was their sales in charge of all
Took
the
it
sales
over?
there, came to Kadaris
Oh.
because Kadaris was their rep agency, and so AJ became was she the director of sales for Kadaris? And she said, Erika, I need you to send your resume to Jack at Moss Home. And I was like, why? And she's like, they don't know it yet, but they need you. And I
Oh.
was like, oh, okay. So you
Okay.
want me to send my resume to
To
some
somebody
random guy
Right.
that isn't hiring? And she goes, well, Jack's a girl, and yes. And I was like,
How
okay.
can you tell me? Because I would have said, dear Jack, and thought he was a guy.
yeah. So I sent it, and I didn't hear anything back. And she goes, did you hear from him? And I said, no. She goes, you need to call. They're busy. I'm telling you, you need to call him. I go, okay. So I called her, and Jack's like, oh my gosh, I was just looking at your resume, and I was just gonna call you. And she's like, do you want to do an interview real quick? And so I interviewed, and then John, the owner, called me, and I interviewed with him, and they hired me that same day.
To do exactly what you're doing now?
Yeah. Well, it's morphed into more than what I started
with.
at. Like, it was supposed to be really like part-time, and I would just help at market, and then now I do all the markets, and yeah.
Really part-time.
So it's super part-time.
It's like 3 part-times.
Yes. I get to work from home though, and I still get to travel, and so I love doing the markets. I think they're fun.
Do you only do High Point in Vegas?
I used to do Atlanta, but we're no
You're
longer
not
in Atlanta now. And then I've never done Dallas, but I think Jack used to do Dallas, right? Or does she still, Sally? Did you do Dallas too?
I don't.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'll see you later.
Don't walk too much, okay?
I won't. I'll get you all of the basics sent out.
Be
So
careful with your dogs.
you have, I know, right? Good to see you. And so that's it. Like,
It's your story.
that's
Sticking
it.
to
Yeah,
it.
it's my story. I'm going to stick to it. Did you used to go to Dallas?
Well, this is always a highlight because we get to chat.
I know. I love you. I love
Ditto.
seeing you.
I love you too.
You come to Vegas and this market.
I go to Vegas every so often, but I try to come to High Point every year, and sometimes I come twice a year, but that can be tough.
You were here in fall,
I was here
and
in
then
fall.
2 markets ago, your sister was with you.
Yep. So we ended up getting the space that we're in, and I was going to do it like with design and to sell to the trade, because when I went back to design school, you know, I'd had this store in Aspen for so long that when I went back to design school, I thought I would kind of leverage my knowledge for buying to help designers buy. Because like we were talking, I think a lot of designers don't really know what they're, it's not that they don't know what they're doing, but
They
I
don't
think
know
they're-
how to do
Right.
what they want
So, like,
to do.
Right. So there are many legs to being a designer. And so this is one that people don't take the time to learn. So I kind of thought I'd fill the gap and source for people. No, I didn't. So then it turned into I'm going to have a bigger studio. I'm going to have a studio space for designers, have designers come in, sell to them at better rates than they could either get directly. And that was like from talking to reps, some of the reps were like, this is actually great because it's time consuming
It is.
to deal with designers.
Yep.
Not that they don't want to, not that they don't love designers, not that they don't want to sell to designers, but it's really time consuming. And so they don't get to service designers given the whole scope of also doing all their stores. So we have a retail floor, and then for some designers who want it, we sell to them. And then I still do design, but much more on a kind of repeat or personal referral basis. Also because I'm doing the other things, and I'm about to have my 4th grandchild.
Yay!
Well, I'm expecting someone to have my 4th grandchild.
That's right.
So it's kind of like that's what we're doing. And this space is super beautiful. The retail isn't as great as I want it to be because we're on the 2nd floor. But when people come in, they really enjoy it. It's a beautiful space. We're starting to do events, which I've wanted to do.
Where are you at?
And Scottsdale and Shea in Scottsdale.
Okay.
Right in the middle. And that's the other thing, like people are at the design center and some people don't have the time to go down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying to focus on the lines that I think service Arizona.
I love that.
You know, like there were a couple, we were somewhere and it was so beautiful, but it just wasn't, the colors weren't right for Arizona, right? And it's not the pinks and the neutrals. It can be like, you could have this in Arizona.
Sure.
Blue's a little tougher,
Yeah.
right? But, and there's so many people moving from, thank you, California. to Arizona,
I know.
right? So that the real estate market is growing. Condos are going up everywhere. And like I read the other day that some people in like the Optima, which is a really beautiful condo, people are buying 2 and 3 units, New York style, and joining them.
Knocking the walls out and making them one.
So you're talking
wow. Mega
6,
millions.
7 million, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? And people are, the other thing, I was talking to a realtor and a builder, and boomers are not downsizing.
No, they're getting
Bigger. And my clients in Detroit, in Michigan, they want to be near their kids so their kids can come over all the time with the grandkids. Mm-hmm. So they're in like another big home because they want everyone there.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good move. I think
do
that's a good
too.
move backward.
My friends just built a new home. They're in their 60s. And she said, I was like, why do you want to keep this big house? Like, will you move out eventually? Right. And she's like, no, I want the kids to stay here and bring all the grandkids. And exactly what you said. So it's
they're not changing the design and what they want. Like they're not changing like the quality of the furniture.
Right.
They're not shying away from like having beautiful things in the home, but they're thinking like, I want this to be my granddaughter's room, and this is going to be my grandson's room, and I want them to be able to like sit at the counter, so I want the seats to be safe.
Yep. And the
So
space for them
right,
to
the space
play.
for them to play. And then I'm going to have them take piano lessons here. And
yeah.
I mean,
It is crazy they
it's
design for their
crazy.
grandkids.
They're designing around the extended family.
Yep.
Which I
But
think
like
is
you
great.
said, living.
Right.
You know?
Living,
Not show houses where they're having fancy dinner parties.
It's almost like, you go up the scale and like you kind of like, you get into your 30s and 40s, you're super acquisitive, you have everything. 50, 60, you've like, done what you needed to do. And then you're like, okay, I had that before. Now I just want my life.
Yep.
But it's for really living, not for showing anybody, just for my enjoyment and my family's enjoyment and comfort.
Exactly.
And everything they talked
comfort.
about was comfort. It's comfortable. And there was like a few things like, will it wear? Like I don't want real leather. I want, like on the counter stool, she just didn't want real leather because of the replacement cost.
Real
because
leather,
of the replacement cost.
Exactly.
Okay.
We did get a performance leather recently, and it's a suede, but it's performance. So if you spill on it, you can just wipe it right off, and it
that's
doesn't
awesome.
ruin it.
That's awesome.
It's pretty amazing.
Crayons are dangerous.
Yeah, crayons are
Sharpies
dangerous.
Kind of dangerous.
For sure. And always
But,
kids find them.
Yeah, even if like they're here.
They could be hidden anywhere,
them.
and they find it's like a radar. And ketchup.
Gotcha.
My kids, if ketchup is 15 miles within the vicinity, it's on their clothes.
That's right. So do you think you're gonna have a good market?
I do. I think it's going to be a really good market. I think Saturday, Sunday, Monday will be the 3 big days.
Right.
And then it'll taper back off like today is.
Well, I think tomorrow's going to be busy for you because the building is so beautiful and the weather's supposed to be bad, and then you're having that party.
We have a panel first.
Oh, who's in the panel?
It's the Cool Girls Guide is the host, Marissa, and then Christopher Todd, and I'm terrible. There's 3 other speakers
That's okay.
on the panel,
That's right.
and it is it's really great. Like all of the panels, we have one Sunday too, are speaking to designers who are newer and like how to maneuver through your first market.
so important.
And then I think the second one on Sunday is going to talk about finances within their industries on starting out, and then right after the panel is Christopher's launch party.
Oh, that'll be fun.
It's going to be a big fun
day.
party.
So I think that's something we were thinking about doing at Allumette. Like, I don't think they teach any finance in design school.
No, I don't
And
think
then
they
if you
do.
think that a lot of young people are going straight into design school, so it's not like they've had a lot of life experience. And so I went to an ASID event in Scottsdale with all people still in school, in design school. And all of the seasoned designers who were on the panel were like, never front money for a client, right?
Never.
And someone said, like, well, what do you mean? It's like, you're not their bank, and then how to do this and how to do that, and don't, these pitfalls, which you kind of only learn by by error.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you do it once and you really don't ever do it again.
And yeah, you.
And so that's a really
paying
great-
for
that's a
people's
great
stuff.
thing.
It is. They do really good panels, and then each panel has like a sponsor. So
You're the sponsor.
We're
for
the
this one?
sponsor
That's why you have to
for-
do the goodie bags tonight.
and yeah, that's
swag
right. That's why
bags.
I'll be putting 100 of those together tonight. And Sunday.
Put one aside for me.
I will. Sunday is Revolution Fabrics.
Oh, I love that.
And so they're here, and they're the ones I think who are gonna like get into the financing and things for these young designers.
The other thing I was thinking, on top of the finance, like contracts,
Right?
right? So
There's so much.
there's so much you have to have in a contract, and I think a lot of women don't know how to ask for money. And when people say, "Why is this in your contract?" to know why it's in your contract to protect you, and it's not only to protect you; it's to protect everybody,
Yeah.
right? Like,
I remember years ago, I watched Susie Orman
Oh, yeah.
on Oprah.
Sure.
And she said that the reason there's a glass ceiling in this country is because women don't talk about how much money they make. She said men talk about it all the time.
yeah, like it's nothing.
Like it's nothing. And she
we
said,
talk about everything like it's nothing.
exactly.
Actually.
And she said, women never talk about what they make. They never ask. Like they wouldn't walk up to a man and say, "What do you make?" in the
Right.
same business that they're in.
Well-
and she said that's a problem. She's like, people should be talking about that. And so that
Well, so
that's
is it
funny
gate,
that
is
you
it
said
gate,
that.
Is it gatekeeping, or is it we're taught not to talk
Is
about
it we're
money?
taught not to?
Or is it because like there's a competition mean girl group? Because like sometimes I think like people. I noticed that the younger women on this panel were not as forthcoming as the older women on this panel.
I think it's the last thing you just said.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's kind of and so what I'm trying to establish, like even just talking to you, and like when I come to market and sit with you and Sally, and it's so much fun, and it's just relaxing, right? Because like we're sharing information.
Right.
Like this isn't the best fabric for this application.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I did have a hard time doing that because people, especially in this Instagram world, you'd think nobody has a problem. Everyone woke up looking exactly
Right,
like
their
they
houses
do.
are perfect.
They're 29-year-old and
They
they're
make a
doing-
bazillion
They're making a
dollars.
bazillion dollars.
Sharpening
And-
pencils.
And like all I had to deal with was Vogue and maybe like
No.
Elle or something. I
Right.
don't even, like what else? What was the other one beside Vogue? Like I didn't have to
Yeah,
deal with this
we had Elle.
onslaught of like these images where you're expected to be this even more, and so much of it's not true.
We had glamour.
Glamour. So like I started going around to designers. So I was calling on them to get them into Allumette. And I went to this one, and she had offices in every town in the valley. And I went to one and I was like, "Hey, I'm at your office, I'm having trouble finding it." She goes, "Well, I'm not at that office today." It wasn't offices. It was like Regis offices.
Oh.
So it gives the impression when you open her Instagram and then webpage that she's got 9 offices, like
Like
owns the
she's
valley.
Made it.
Right. So if I were fooled, like, and I was like, wow, this girl's so successful for such a young woman. Like, as seasoned as I am, what's the young woman starting out thinking?
Right.
Right? And then the younger designers in firms, they're often just doing what they're told. They're not always getting all the information. But these are the future people buying,
Right.
right?
Yep.
So to help them and mentor them. So those panels, like the panel you're having tomorrow, is great. No, but I'll connect you because she's doing the furniture, so maybe that would be great. And
Yeah.
maybe that would be great.
My customer, if she will hire me sometimes to come in and help her accessorize.
I can't
the
accessorize.
sorority houses because they will have all these bookshelves in the sorority.
They're hard to do.
Trophy rooms with these shelves and everything, and she hates it. So I will come in and I will.
You
It
want to know why
takes
it's
a
hard?
gift.
So like, I can accessorize houses I've designed, but I could never be a stylist because it's the camera's eye, it's that other lens. But a lot of people in Arizona, for example, with their second or third homes, they don't have any personal effects. And it's very hard to, using a word I can't stand, curate. I can't make a person's life story out of whole cloth. very easily. And then since we're kind of understored, you have to know where to get things that will look authentic and real in somebody's home, as if they'd gone to Paris and bought it, or been in High Point and found an antique, or gone to like, you know, the Habitat for Humanity or wherever,
Like Golden
and
Oldies next
found
door.
something, you know, and you find it and put it on the shelf. It's hard to do that, to make it look like it actually belongs to the family.
We had a huge storage facility with accessories and small furnishings and things like that.
That's cool.
That we pull from. So
I think it's great. A lot of
as we
designers do that.
Found things, we would just stockpile it, and that way, instead of going out and looking at stores, we would
You had
go-
your own. You picked from your own. No, so I think like these are things designers need to know.
I do too.
Right?
I do.
And I think like some people don't know.
Right?
Like,
No, I.
like remember I was like that whole thing with this girl, this lovely young designer was doing this custom sofa, and the back 1 inch higher. She wanted the leg or like that base to be half an inch shorter, and I said,
I do remember this. Yeah.
you can't do like that's prohibitively expensive when you start doing all of that
For nothing.
for nothing. Like you don't have to say that's custom because it's being made with a certain fabric, with a certain piping
Yeah.
or welt, you know, with certain pillows, and it's being made solely for you, and you will never see it anywhere else. That's what makes it custom. Here in America, bench made, everything.
Yeah.
That's what makes it custom.
Yeah.
Not you don't have to
Not raising in the back 1 inch.
everything,
Right. Right.
right? You don't have to.
But I really discourage people from doing things like that. I would rather find them a frame that fits them that we
Well,
already
that's
make.
the other thing. That's the
You
other
know,
thing.
like let's not spend another $600 to change an arm.
the wheel, and
Right.
then if it doesn't work, and this is your idea, and
There's-
then you own it.
There's
Oh.
no go. Yeah, you own it.
Custom is nerve-wracking.
It
When you
is.
design a sofa, it's nerve-wracking.
But there's a reason that the
Because the
frames are
slope, everything.
the way they are.
Oh, yeah.
You know. Yeah.
everything is.
Well, yeah, because you've already studied it.
Hey, we've already
made
made
the
it.
prototype.
And
Right.
yeah. So
I think
is that
that's
Ryan?
hard.